Let us see inverse of a square matrix. First, let us see the definition. Let A be a square matrix of order n. If there exists a square matrix of order n such that A into B is equal to B into A is equal to In. That means if B is the inverse of A, after multiplying you should get identity matrix. Then we'll see the first theorem. If a square matrix has an inverse, then it is unique. That means for a particular square matrix there can be only one inverse. Next we will see proof for that. Let A be a square matrix of order n. If possible, let there be two inverses B and C. So we are assuming there can be two inverses. Our aim is to prove that there is only one inverse, but we assumed there are two inverses. Then by definition, A into B is equal to B into A is equal to In. Since C is also an inverse of A, that also can be written. A into C is equal to C into A is equal to In. Then using these equations, we can write like this. C is equal to C into In. After multiplying by identity element, identity matrix, you will be getting same matrix. Is equal to C into, instead of In, from the first equation we can write AB. Then since the matrix multiplication is associative, we can change this bracket. So this can be written like this, but C into A, as per this equation it is In. So instead of the CA we can write In. In into B is equal to B, because if I multiply a matrix by identity matrix, you will get the same matrix. So finally we are getting C is equal to B. We assumed there are two inverses B and C, but finally we are getting C is equal to B. That means there cannot be two inverses. So uniqueness follows. So now when A is a square matrix of order n, its inverse can be represented by this symbol. A into A inverse will be same as A inverse into A, that is equal to identity matrix. Next we will see another theorem. Let A be a square matrix of order n. Then A inverse exists if and only if A is non-singular. That means determinant of A should not be 0. We'll see the proof for that. Suppose that A inverse exists, then A into A inverse will be equal to A inverse into A is equal to identity matrix. Then by the product rule of determinants, we can write like this. You take the determinant, both sides. Then as per the property of the determinant, you can write like this. Determinant of A inverse can be written separately. Determinant of A into determinant of A inverse. Similarly here also we can write determinant of A inverse into determinant of A. Then determinant of identity matrix is 1. From this we can understand determinant of A cannot be 0 because you are getting 1. So determinant of A cannot be 0. So we assumed that A inverse exists and we got A is non-singular. Conversely, suppose A is non-singular, then A inverse exists. Then this already you studied this theorem. A into adjoint A will be same as adjoint A into A is equal to determinant A into In. Since A is non-singular, determine A is not equal to 0. So you divide all the terms by determinant of A. First term you divide by determinant of A. Second you divide determinant of A. When you divide this, it will be In. That means A is multiplied by this matrix. You are getting identity matrix. That means inverse of this A is this. So inverse of this is A inverse is adjoint A divided by determinant of A. So we are getting the formula for finding the inverse of a matrix. Inverse of a matrix is adjoint A divided by determinant of A. Using this, we are going to see problems. Now we have proved this theorem. If A is non-singular, inverse exists. If inverse is existing, A will be non-singular. Now we know the formula for finding the inverse of a matrix. A inverse is equal to adjoint A divided by determinant of A. Now let us see how to find the inverse of a matrix. You are given a square matrix of order 3. Determinant of this matrix is -1. Since already I showed that, I am not again working it out. Determinant of A is -1. Adjoint of this matrix is this one. This also in the last class I have worked out, so I am not showing it once again. A inverse is adjoint A divided by determinant of A. So this is the adjoint of A. You divide it by determinant of A. Determinant of A is -1. Since you are dividing by -1, every element of this matrix will change the sign. -1 will become +1, +1 will become -1. So this is the inverse of this matrix. Now let us verify. Matrix A is multiplied by its inverse. Then +1, you studied how to multiply two matrices. So you multiply this row by the elements of this column and add. Similarly, you multiply this row by this column. You will get this. So you complete this multiplication of these two matrices. Finally, you will get an identity matrix. So now we know how to find out the inverse of a matrix. I will give you a sum for your practice. A is equal to A. Find the inverse of this matrix. Now I will give you some problems for your practice. This is taken from your textbook and that is in exercise 1.1. You try to find out the adjoint of these three matrices and you find out the inverse of these three matrices.